Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of My Perspective Podcast with your boy, Big Hawk. Thank you so much for tuning in with me for another week, another great conversation, another great talk. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Man, listen, appreciate you for tapping in, hitting that subscribe button, um, growing the platform, building the tribe, building the community. I thank you. To all my day one, double salute. Thank y'all for believing in me from the ground floor. Appreciate you. Let's just keep building. Keep spreading the word. Keep sharing the clips. Let's grow this thing to something special. A lot of things in the work. Just stay tuned. Stay tuned. Before we get started, you know how we do it. Disclaimer. Take what I say with a grain of salt. Everything I say based on life experiences, based on my experience in life, my opinion, my preference, based on what I've been through. I'm just an old head with a microphone and a message. I hope what I say resonate with you. I hope that it provoke thought, and I also hope that it provokes change. But if not, no harm, no foul. Because guess what? It's just my perspective. Let's get into it. So we're gonna talk about it a little bit more, man. Today, I've been talking about relationships. I've been talking about, how to love correctly, how to love properly. All that's been based on uh, my experiences in life. Like I told y'all from the very beginning, I teach primarily from the mistakes I made. I think everybody does. I'm not so sure. I just know that I messed up a lot. I learned the most from my mistakes. That's why I'm sharing, hoping that the people listening can avoid some of the pitfalls that I fell into, that I had to struggle to overcome. That's why I do it. Trying to help people learn from my mistakes. If I can reach one person, change one person's life, it wasn't in vain. Job well done. That's my goal. That's my mission, just to help people learn from my mistakes. Um, I consider myself a fairly intelligent person. Um, have a little bit of wisdom. I think I'm a pretty fairly smart guy. But do y'all know primarily where your wisdom and knowledge comes from? Did you get it from a book? Did you get it from grandma? Or did you get it from mama, daddy? Or did you get it from life? Did you get it when life was lifing in your house, at your front door? You know what I'm saying? In your bedroom, at your doorstep. You know what I'm saying? Where did you get your expertise from? How did you acquire it? Well, I acquired the majority of mine from the school of hard knocks. And I think most of us have. So I'm not trying to be unique or special. However, I got mine primarily from the school of hard knocks, being hard headed, not listening to my elders, not paying attention to people who were just like me now, then ignoring them, thinking they was square, thinking they was green, they was lame, they didn't know what they was talking about. Then boom, life hit me dead in the face. And all I could say was, my daddy told me that. Uh, my mama told me that. Man, OG said it was gonna happen. Um, School of Hard Knocks taught me. So that's where I learned the bulk of my knowledge from. I'm also a sponge. Um, I love to go to conferences. I love to go to lectures and just soak up information um, in the present tense, like in the now. I love podcasts. I love interviews, things like that. I do my research. I do a lot of different things, but primarily it's from the school of hard knocks. Um, but my question to y'all today is: do you know the cost of greatness? Do you know the cost of being an expert? Do you know the cost of success? That's my question to the audience today. Do you know the cost of success? And whatever that success may be for you. Are you willing to do what it takes to be successful? Are you willing to pay the cost of success? Everybody is talking about success and greatness and being a better person and becoming a better version of themselves. That's the lane I'm in. I talk about it day in and day out, whether I'm on my podcast or whether I'm in the field, um, trying to help somebody, in whatever capacity that I can. Right? Um, I believe in personal development. I believe in um, I believe in love. I believe in relationships first and foremost. I love to see successful relationships. I love to see guys who came from humble beginnings to become successful in whatever field it may be. I love seeing that. I talk about that. Um, I've achieved a certain level of success myself when it comes to personally developing and learning new skills, new traits that generate um, the lifestyle that I have been able to acquire thus far in my life. A lot of ups and downs. I'm in the down cycle right now, but it's okay. But that's life. But I'm the happiest I've ever been, given the situation I'm in. Um, don't want no pity party. Don't want no whatever. I'm just telling you, this is how personal development is. Uh, Caught me 10 years ago. The situation I'm in right now, I won't be on here talking. I won't be looking at my camera, talking to people I never meet in such a positive manner. When I'm going through something, you know what I'm saying, that's not so positive for myself at the moment. But now I could do it with a smile. I could do it with all assurance, with all confidence, because I know the ebbs and flows of life. I know um, whenever you go up, you must come down. But when you're down, you're not going to be down forever. You're only going to be down for a short period of time. Then guess what? You're going to start rising back up again. That's just called life. Those are the ebbs and flows of life. The ebbs and flows of life, ups and downs of life. That's what it's all about. I don't care if you're the perfect saint, you never did no wrong, you never committed not one sin, tough times still gonna come your way. Jesus was perfect by all accounts. He was blameless, he was sinless. They still hung him on the cross. So if they did that to your Lord and Savior, what make you any different? What make you any different? You see what I'm saying? Are you willing to pay the cost of success? Everybody who has a success story, they just talk about the successful part of the story. A lot of people don't talk about the unsuccessful part of the story or the unglamorous part of the story, because all of it is success because it got you to the promised land. However, man, it's tough striving for greatness. It's tough striving to be successful, because why? You're going to be unpopular. You're going to be not well liked. You're going to be isolated by choice and sometimes by force. You're going to be to yourself a lot. You and your thoughts and your hustle and your grind. Um, your loved ones not going to understand you. Your kids not going to understand you. Most of your friends and family outside of your immediate family not going to understand you. You're going to be on the island all to yourself. Are you willing to pay the cost to be successful? I'm on social media every week. I've been on social media every week for the past almost 2 years now, consistently every week giving you my opinion on what it takes to personally develop, on what it takes to have a better marriage or have a better relationship, to reach your goals and to reach your dreams, et cetera, et cetera. All while going through my own personal battles. I'm not no different than anybody else. We all do the same thing. We all go through our ups. We all go through our downs. What separate the men from the boys and the gals from the women is consistency, um, perseverance, stick to itiveness, and just that ability to block out the distractions that keep you from achieving your goals and dreams, right? That comes with family. That comes with family. The people you love the most not gonna understand you. Are you willing to continue to strive for greatness or success, whatever that may be for you? I say greatness a lot, and I use it broadly. But greatness is whatever you deem to be great in your mind, in your eyes. So greatness is whatever you deem to be greatness. But I want you to be exceptional on whatever state you in, on whatever level that you're on. I want you to be or find that success, or find that greatness, and you strive for that within yourself. But man, it ain't easy being successful. It ain't easy discovering your purpose or discovering your niche or your niche and doing a service or providing a service for your community. All off an idea, all off an inner burning or inner desire to change your situation or change your surrounding, change your community. It ain't easy. You're going to be often misunderstood until you achieve it, until it comes to pass, and then you're going to be looked at as an overnight success. But it's been 10, 20 years, 15 years in the making, right? But do you really know what it costs to be great? Because if you really want the truth of the matter, if you really want the nitty gritty of the matter, you're going to lose some things, you're going to lose some people along the way. You're going to have people who don't believe in you, they're going to walk out your life. You're going to have family members that don't believe in you, they're going to cause havoc in your life. Are you ready for that? Are you willing for that? Or are you satisfied with just being sensationalized, being lied to, being tricked, being bamboozled and hoodwinked, portraying the image of success without the substance? Are you okay with either giving that or being entertained by that? Let's normalize being real. I just want to normalize being real. The sensationalism, we have that for a reason, especially on the internet, especially on social media. Social media, we have the sensationalism for a reason because it attracts your attention. It attracts your attention. It catches your eye. It gets you to tune in. But once you get past the sensationalism, don't you want some substance? I'm not saying everybody who talking a good game don't have no substance. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is the people who are telling us about success, a lot of times the numbers don't add up to what we're hearing from various people. If you want to talk money, everybody claim they rich. Everybody claim they got a bag. They probably do got a bag of some sort. But when you talk about national averages, roughly about 4 to 10% of Americans. I don't know the numbers exactly, so just fact check me. I don't mind being wrong, but I'm in the ballpark. Between 4 to 10% of Americans only make 50 grand a year or more. 4%. 4%. Out of 8 billion people, no, out of 800 million people in America, only 4% make 50 grand a year or better. Between 4 and 10%. Let's bump it up to 100,000. Let's bump it up to 100,000. 2%. Out of 800 million people, only 2% make $100,000 a year or more. If the numbers didn't change on me, oh well, that's a positive change. I'm glad about it. But the last time I checked, only 2% of Americans made $100,000 a year or more. So guess what that tells me? Everybody I see talking about money, talking about success, guess what? The math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing. I got on here with my little jury on today for a reason. It wasn't a floss. It's to show you that When you up, you can acquire things. When you down, you still look like you got it. When you really don't have it. But we show it to make you think we're something that we're not, or we show it to grab your attention so to bring us um, some sort of value, whether it's more views, more engagement, which translate into money, or I can sell you my product. I put my product in front of you, which 9 times out of 10, because you look like you're successful, people will come by. But this don't mean I got a dime in the bank. This don't mean I got a big house on the hill. This don't mean all my shit paid for. It just means I can catch somebody's attention. That's all that really means. I can catch somebody's attention. You don't know the substance behind the person, behind your TV screen or behind your phone screen. You don't know the substance behind me. You just know what I present to you. That's why I don't wear this stuff a whole lot, because I want you to see the authentic, my authentic self, my authentic voice, my authentic message. That's it. Not the bling, not the shine. But I'm talking about today because everybody want to achieve this or some sort of success that you can show and you can flash. Because we always flashing. Either our bodies, either our clothes, either our car, either our home. We always flashing something. But the ones who really got it, man, they lonely. They're not alone, but they lonely because they have to grind, um, even though they're being doubted by the people they love the most. The people outside the community, that's one thing. The people outside your circle is one thing, but the people in your circle, that's what makes a difference. That's what makes it more challenging, because you depend on them um, for strength, for encouragement, for support. But sometimes it ain't always there. So what you gonna do? You gonna give up? You gonna quit? Nah, you keep going. You keep going. You keep going. But just know you're doing it. Um, you doing it. You got to keep doing it without what you thought was gonna be your lifeline, what you thought was gonna be your support system, what you thought was gonna be your backbone. And they told you another story. They rewrote the play for you. So now what you gonna do? Talk about relationships a lot, right? I talk about relationships a lot, but guess what? I probably had more unsuccessful relationships than anybody. But I could talk so passionately and so confidently about relationships because I have learned from my mistakes. That's why I share my mistakes with you, so you can avoid the pitfalls that I fell into. I've learned from my mistakes, but I've caused a lot of damage trying to be better. I've caused a lot of damage learning from my mistakes. I wish I was the person who never smoked or who never drank. That sounds appealing. A lot of people say, "Oh, I wish I was that person," but I'd rather experience something, didn't like it, learn from it, became better from it, then elevate, than to never experience it. And then you tend to look down on people who haven't been where you at. But either way, it's good as long as you get to the end result. But who you really gonna listen to? The only example we really had was in the Bible. When Jesus was on the earth for 3 years. He was the only person known to man who walked the face of the earth, who did not make a mistake, who was sinless and blameless. He was the perfect example. Didn't know no woman. For as we know, he ain't had no wife. He was sinless, and they still killed his ass. They still hung him. So what make you think you gonna go without any disappointment, without any heartache, without any pain or suffering? Wisdom costs. Success costs. Success costs. You know what you got to go through to have a successful marriage? Do you know the hell, the turmoil that you have to go through and to withstand and to overcome to have a successful marriage? When you put two people from two different walks of life, two different demographics, two different ways of living, two different upbringings, whatever you want to, however you want to name it or describe it, and you put them together, and the two have to become one mindset, one way of thinking, one motion, moving in the same direction. Do you know how challenging that is? And to have a successful marriage, I'm not talking about staying together. That's success in and of itself. But I'm talking about to have a successful, happy, thriving marriage. It's only about 1% of the marriages that's really successful and happy. It's not that big of a percent. Now, it's 50-50 whether you stay or whether you divorce. But successful, happy marriages, working out your problems, don't let the sun go down on your wrath, man, that's less than 10%. That's less than 10%. But you got to be willing to work at it. You got to be willing to work at that. You got to be willing to take some things. And you got to be willing to give grace where grace is needed. Even when you feel like they don't deserve it. You got to be willing to give some things. You got to be willing to take some things. But most importantly, you got to be willing and you got to be able to study your partner, learn your person, so you can overcome the obstacles that's coming your way because they're coming. I know couples who've been married 60 plus years, 60 plus, 60 plus years, and they still get mad at each other. And one of them jokers go sleep on the couch, and one of them jokers stay out pouting somewhere. Get mad, don't talk for days. Old and gray, still going through the same thing that we think only young people go through. It's a blessing that they still stay and want to work it out and want to fix it, but they still going through the challenges. Are you willing to go through what it takes to have a successful relationship? I ain't talking about just staying together. You cheating on he cheating on you. I ain't talking about that. Y'all just staying together to save face. I'm talking about happy, healthy, thriving relationships that requires give and take. I can take a lot of things. I can't take the disrespect. That's my flaw. That's my flaw. It's either my flaw or my superpower. Whatever it is, it costs me a lot of relationships. Cannot take the disrespect. But that's because I ignored the red flags. That's because I ignored the red flag. I ignored the warning signs. And kept on going because I thought love was enough. Nah. Pay attention. Pay attention. If not, you're gonna be in your third, fourth, and fifth marriage. And guess what? All those relationships have in common. If you're on your third marriage, you're on your fourth marriage, your fifth marriage, guess what they all have in common? You. So guess what you gotta do? Check yourself. Check yourself. Are you willing to put the work in to become the best version of you so you can have the best relationship possible? So you can learn how to see a red flag from way down the street. When you know how to avoid certain situations because you see farther than you once seen, because you weren't caught up in the glitz and the glam and the fun and the excitement of a new relationship, of being in a relationship. Man, do you want to just appear like you got it going on, or do you really want to put the work in to create the substance, to create the foundation to stand on, to really be what you portraying yourself to be? Because we all portray ourselves to be something more than what we are. I'm cool with faking it till you make it. I'm cool with that. As long as you grinding and working to make it a reality. The Bible tell you to call those things that are not as though they were. God tell you to fake it till you make it. That's what the universe operates on. That's what the universe operate on. Contrary to popular belief. Contrary to popular belief, I'm going to get some flack for what I'm going to say, but it's okay. I'm going to say it anyway. Prayer is probably the worst form of communication if you're trying to achieve any level of success. I know y'all going to jump on me for saying it, but I'm going to give context by what I mean. When you pray, you're having a conversation. You're talking. Typically, when we pray, we're praying to our Creator, whatever religion we subscribe to, and we're asking for help. We're asking for something. According to the laws of the universe will not respond to what you ask for. That's why I say prayer is the lowest form when you're trying to achieve success. It's okay to pay homage and give honor and reverence to your Creator. It's okay to do that. That's not what I'm saying. But when you're trying to seek a goal, when you're trying to achieve something great, prayer is the last thing you want to do. I know that's controversial, but what you should do is to begin to, what the Bible says, call those things that are not as though they were. In other words, act as if you already have it. Act as if it's already in your possession, i.e., fake it till you make it. Declare and decree what you want. You tell the universe what you want, and the universe will begin to bring it to pass as long as you believe what you're decreeing and what you're declaring. That's all the universe responds to. That's all the universe responds to. That's all that your Creator responds to. Your belief in it, what you want, what you're asking for. If you asking, you in a state of anxiety. You in a state of unsurety. You're not sure. You're hoping something happens. You're gonna always stay on your knees praying when you're in a state of hope. When you're in a state of uh, uh, um, that state of vulnerability where you need the help. I'm not saying we don't need help, because we all need help in some form of fashion. But what I am saying is this: when you want something, you call it by name and say what you're going to have. You declare what you want. You decree what you want. Father God, Lord, I need a miracle. Please give me a miracle. I'm begging you, Father God. That's a dead prayer. That's a dead prayer. That's a dead prayer. Instead, I declare that I will have a house by the end of this calendar year. I declare, I decree it. I don't have to know the specifics. I know that by the end of this year, I will be a homeowner. You see the difference in that? You're not a beggar. You decreeing what you will have. You say that with confidence, and you believe what you're saying, and you act as if you already got it. Things will change in your life. That's a lonely place to be, though, because you got people around you looking at you like you're a stone fool, like you crazy. This joker ain't got nothing. This joker live with his mama. This joker live in this car. He saying this nigga crazy. That's how they gonna talk about you. That's how they gonna talk about you. But don't, man, listen. That's how it got to be. That's why only 1%. Y'all thought I forgot. I ain't forgot. That's why only 1% of Americans out of 800 and some odd million people in America, only 1% of Americans are millionaires, because they go against all odds. They don't care what nobody say. They don't care what nobody think. They don't care how nobody feel. They go get what they want because of these things I'm telling you right now. They declare and decree what they will have. They act as if they already got it, and they grind until they find it. They grind until they find, until they achieve it, till they conquer that obstacle that's in front of them. While the rest of us or giving you sensationalism, giving you we pump faking. We got you thinking something that's not, but we're really not striving for the substance of the thing we say we got. Big difference. Big difference. A confident brother don't care what nobody think. They don't care about nothing or nobody but what's in front of them. That's their goal. That's their dream. That goes for business. That goes for personal. That goes for marriages. That goes for business. It don't matter what it is. You have to act as if until you achieve the thing. Are you prepared for the cost of success? Are you prepared for the cost of greatness? Are you prepared for your woman, your person, to frustrate and be your biggest enemy because she don't understand the vision? Are you prepared for that? I know I wasn't for a long time. I set myself back many times because my person didn't believe or didn't understand the vision that was inside of me. And I succumbed to the distraction of my better half for their sake instead of for the sake of the whole. I wasn't prepared for greatness, for success, because I succumbed to my distraction. And especially coming from my better half. And no disrespect to my better half, because they only know what they know. They only believe based on the capacity of their mind to believe. That's just it. That's why I'm asking the question, are you prepared for success? Because people ain't gonna get you. The people you love the most definitely ain't gonna get you. But you still gotta keep going anyway. You gotta go out alone. When your wife, when your girlfriend don't believe you, when your kids don't believe in you, when your mama, dad don't believe in you, when your pastor don't believe in you, because trust me, pastor don't believe in you either. Yeah, the people you look at have the utmost respect for. What you gonna do when they don't believe in you? You gonna give up? You gonna throw in the towel? You gonna make an excuse to quit? Or you gonna keep going because you know it came from God? Huh? These are the questions you gotta think about. These are the questions you gotta think about. Success is a lonely place. Man, Kobe worked out 3 or 4 times a day. 3 or 4 times a day. 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, 10, 11, 12 noon, then again in the evening time, 6. And if he got games, on top of 82 games a year, traveling 41 of those 82 games. Same for Michael Jordan. Same for LeBron. It looked pretty on TV, but Savannah ain't always smiling. Savannah got to hold the fort down while LeBron making the money. Why he doing what he got to do? It's lonely. She raised them kids by herself, basically. My 3 kids. My ex-wife raised them kids by herself, basically, because I was over the road making the money. Trying to build something. She was my foundation, but I had to build something. She was lonely a lot. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that? All we see is these millionaires and these success stories that they put before our eyes. But behind the scenes, a lot going on that is not favorable for a happy relationship. Are you ready for that? Or you just want to look good for the internet? I love relationship goal memes. I love relationship goal reels and shorts. I love them. I love relationship goal interviews and podcasts. I love them. But what I don't love is when you're telling us one thing, but when you're behind going to jail for domestic violence, but you portraying one thing in the public and you having real life issues in private, y'all got exposed. Let's just keep it real from the beginning. Me and my wife go at it all the time. Still love her. Still love her. But I ain't finna get on here and pump fake like, oh, it's just peaches and cream, because it ain't. Everybody don't get your dream. Everybody don't get your vision. But you have to work through all that in order to be great, in order to be successful. Are you prepared for that? Are you willing? Do you have what it takes to go through that? These real questions. It ain't easy, but it's doable if you're willing to go at it alone. Yeah, you're going to find a circle of like-minded individuals to keep you encouraged, to keep you motivated, to keep you going. But you got to live in that house. You got to live in that moment. You got to do the work. I can tell you keep fighting, keep fighting, keep fighting. But I'm going to go to my place and go lay my head where I live at. You still got to go through that thing yourself. Are you willing to go through it to be successful? That's the question today. Do you have what it takes to be great? I know you got the plan. I know you got the look. I know you got the vision. But do you have the execution to be great? Are you willing to execute through it all, through the distraction, through the fighting, through the cussing, through the fussing, through the betrayal, through the abandonment? Do you have what it takes? Because all that come with it. All that come with it. I'm going to land the plane right there. Success look good because of the finished product. But from conception of the vision to the finished product, do you have what it takes to go through? That's the question for y'all today. It's your boy Big Hawk. My perspective I'm giving you. Till next week. Love y'all. Peace.